Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Ocean the Voyager. Today I wanted to discuss minimalism. Minimalism is something that's important to me because I realize that I really care about living a simple, clutter-free life. I think that it helps to ease my peace of mind and to facilitate this sense of belonging and well-being. Today I want to share with you 5 reasons why I became a minimalist. So reason number 1, I think that living a life where there's more intention and you put value into things that you own will make you feel more happy. For example, see that tapestry over there? I got it at a vegan festival, and there was this Indian guy who was selling a bunch of goods that he found while traveling to Tibet, Nepal, and some other places. I'm not sure exactly where he got this one, but I really liked it because, first of all, I like cats, but I also like the message that it presents, and I like the aesthetic. It looks kind of old and tattered, and there is a date at the top left. I'm not sure if that's when it was made or not, but I really like it because it reminds me of a character from Dragon Ball Z, and I really like that show. I got that with a specific intention and purpose, and I think that it adds a lot of character to my home. And as you can see behind me, I actually don't have a whole lot on the walls right now because I started taking things off that I didn't think added value. So the things that I have in my home, I want to have a little bit more purpose rather than just being clutter. For example, I have this little, I'll show you my living room actually, just so you can see how everything looks. But as you can see, I do have this very small wood table. I had one that was very big and it felt like it took up all the space in the room. So I got this one that's a lot smaller. I do have my gaming controller and a book that I like to read by Thich Nhat Hanh, and my Buddha statue. And for those of you who don't know, I am Buddhist, so I do have quite a few Buddhas around here. I wanted to get this one, first of all, because it's black and it matches the lamp that I have over here. Also with a little Guan Yin statue and a bell. And it also matches over there, the dining table. So I got this with the intention of being minimalist and practical. I don't have that many things, so I did not need something big. Just something to put my drink on every once in a while, and my book, and of course the Buddha. I did not need a whole lot. And so everything in here has, though it might not seem like it, it has its own purpose, right? So like I've got some cat toys for my cat, and a little box for him to play in that I'm leaving here temporarily, so you can have fun in it. And I really like board games, so I have a whole bunch down here that I play with my family. I like video games, so I'll play those from time to time. And then when I'm done with the game, I either sell it on Facebook Market or I go to GameStop. Same thing with the board games. When I realize that I'm not really playing them that often anymore, I'll donate them. So I think minimalism gives this really cool aspect of your life where it's like a cycle. Like something comes into your life with a purpose, and then once it's served that purpose, it's done and you can let go of it so that someone else can enjoy it. And I think that that plays a really good role, because now you're not holding on to anything anymore. And I think that plays a really good role because it's just a thing, it's just an item. It can come into your life with a particular purpose, and then once it serves that purpose, you can let it go. And maybe someone else will be able to do the same thing, and give them a chance to experience the value of that item, right? And so, like, I do that with some of my writing. Recently, I think earlier this year, I had a whole bunch of writing from the past, of like a few years ago, and I decided, well, this isn't really serving me anything anymore, so I recycled it. Put it in the recycling bin and said, okay, all that paper can go and serve another purpose now. I just don't see the value in holding on to anything. I feel like we derive too much value from things, from stuff, and not enough value from like living an intentional life, and like from our friends and family especially. We need to derive more value from nature and meaningful connections rather than material objects. So the second reason why I like minimalism is I think that it just it just declutters everything. Like, I have all of these things in my, or I had all of these things in my house that didn't really add any value, and it was just taking up space. And once I started getting rid of things, I realized my apartment actually is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Like, it's only about 650 square feet, so already not that much space to work with. And when you add all these unnecessary things, it just makes it feel so cramped and small and not good. And if you ask me, a cluttered space makes for a cluttered mind. So when I walk into someone's house and there's just stuff everywhere and it's just chaos, that gives me insight into what their mind is like. Like, wow, this person probably is not organized at all. They probably are not very well put together. But as you can see, things are, everything has its place. Got to keep the cat box far enough away that I'm not smelling, his business all the time. And I like to have this rug down here because every once in a while I'll sit down there and just hang out. Hey, buddy. So, his little scratching post over there and my hand pan, and some decoration. And there's not really any clutter in my house, and I keep it that way for a reason, because I want to keep a clutter-free mind. And so the third reason why I like minimalism, it helps me to realize the things that are important to me. I recently had to get rid of some drums, right? And drums are not a very small instrument. I don't have that much space to work with here. Like I said, it's 650 square feet. I had a drum set over here where the cat box is, and it took up so much space. It came out to maybe like right here. It was like right there where I drew my finger, and it didn't feel like there was that much space, and I wasn't drumming often enough to warrant it. And even though I've been a drummer of 16 years at this point, I decided I'm not playing these anymore. I'm playing my handpan mostly. I should let it go. And that was a really hard decision for me. But it forced me to analyze what things are really important to me right now in this stage of my life. And drums have been really important to me in the past, but that doesn't mean it has to be important to me always. And so minimalism basically forces me to reconcile with the things that are important to me right now. What are the things that I value right now that add value to my life? And it really helps you to kind of recognize what you really care about in life. The fourth reason why I like minimalism is because I really enjoy the aspect of living a simple life. I like the aspects of life that are very, not grandiose. I like when things are, simple and natural without a whole lot of added fluff. I think that kind of simplicity is really underrated. I notice myself being the happiest when I go out into nature and I'm just, taking a walk and a duck quacks or something. It's really simple things that are kind of silly, and that's when I find myself being the happiest. It's always the simple things. And you could go out partying and drinking and doing drugs or whatever, and maybe that gives you some short-term satisfaction, but I don't think that there's any kind of long-term happiness in that. The happiness I get that I think is valuable is when it's always really simple. Like when I go out onto my porch and there's basically nothing out there except some plants and stuff. And I just look at the sun and the trees and I just admire the beauty in that and how simple it is. And so I think the simplicity of minimalism is what makes me really happy, or at least one aspect of it that makes me happy. So this is the porch that I was talking about. As you can see, it's not that big. It's maybe 10 or 12 feet. I have some tapestries out here that I like, and this is kind of my chill, calm space, which leads me to my fifth reason why I like minimalism. It facilitates this idea that you can have a chill space with almost nothing. I mean, if you look around here, like I said, I've got plants, a cushion, a mat, an altar, and some tapestries, and that's it. That is literally it. Just keep it simple, I like the idea of having a place you can come and chill out and not have to worry about work, about school, about anything. You can come and just relax and clear your mind and get some sunlight on your skin. And you don't necessarily need to be a minimalist to have that, but I think being a minimalist encourages that aspect because, again, this clutter-free zone that I live in, it helps to facilitate a calm atmosphere, right? And so the calmness that comes from minimalism, I would say, is a definite advantage. And so there you have it. That's 5 reasons why I like minimalism. If you guys want to hear more about minimalism, hear my thoughts on it, or if you just want to share your opinion, comment below and tell me what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Bye.